I want to do a really quick video to discuss some things about the way this class is running right now to put you at ease. And I know that the light's a little off here. I'm looking down at the camera. This is something I'm doing very quickly. It's not going to be part of the class's regular components. So this is the time I had, and I've got about 5 minutes or six. Let's see if I can keep it to that. First, I want to thank you for the way that you're displaying patience with some of the other work that I have to do while I'm teaching the class. So I'm an adjunct professor, which means that I'm not full-time at Tri-C, and I'm at the lowest pay grade, and I live an hour away. So I need to have other jobs going at the same time so I can make a living. That's one of the reasons that I wasn't there the second class meeting, because I had a job that I couldn't turn down. So I'm in the process of juggling so many things in my life, and I'm sure that many of you are as well. So one positive thing about all of that is it has made me very empathetic to some of the things my students are going through. So as we move through this class, I really just want to say, look, be active in the class, whether you're doing it online, because that is an option I'm giving you. Now, let me be clear to that really quickly. This is not listed as an online class, but because really all the assignments are there online, and the videos and the material are there. You know, if you want to do it online because it saves you a trip in, I'm not going to fuss at that because I believe that that's a legitimate option. However, I'm going to try to be there every Tuesday or at least every other Tuesday, and I'll let you know when I can't make it. I'll let you know in advance. But you need to know that you can always come in to the land, the class situation and talk with me. Unless, of course, I'm traveling or I'm not going to be there. And I'll let you know ahead of time. So if you want to do it online, I'm okay with that. Just be active in the class. Come log in, work online a couple times a week. That's perfect for me. And then for those of you that want to come to class and sit and discuss things with me, please bring thoughts and questions and ideas to class as well, so you can help me direct the conversation. All right. Your big job here is to think of a topic to research in terms of the whole class, the whole semester. The big assignment is this research paper. You think of a topic to research, you research it, you write up the research, and you present it to me as a paper. You just submit it. They're not going to be live presentations. And I want to talk to you about that. And I love it when students come every week or every other week and just are able to inform me as to what they're thinking and what their process is. Now, this class has other smaller assignments, like the essays that you need to read for every work folder. And those essays are going to get longer and a little more complex as the class moves forward. Those essays are there to illustrate to you approaches that you can take with your research. For example, one that we've read already is A Farewell My Mailbox. It's a rather small essay, but if you were to do a word count, that's the paper I'm expecting you to write for me is going to be just a little bit longer than that. So we're not talking about a big assignment for you in terms of research, but I want to see you use some of the techniques that are in these articles if you can, right? Specifically the technique of trying to create interest and of trying to write about topics that are relevant to your audience, but also topics that allow themselves to be layered or to become more than just the information about the topic itself. What I mean by that, if you look at Bob Greene's essay, Farewell My Mailbox, it does look like he's going to be talking about the post office and its financial issues. Now, a quick aside, this essay is dated, but I use it because it's a good teaching tool and learning tool, even though it's about, I don't know, 12, 13 years old already or more. But it looks like Greene is going to just be talking to you about the mailbox and how it, functions in the USPS system. And we're specifically talking about that blue neighborhood or sidewalk mailbox, the rounded big mailbox that's sitting in some of the sidewalk corners in your city. Well, it turns out that he does give you information about that, but he uses that to go deeper into another issue about how the United States is built upon a layer of workers that are not protected. For example, the U.S. postal person, the letter carrier, and how tenuous that job situation is, and how it can be cut very quickly, and how many of these companies need federal assistance to just stay in. Many companies providing a service to the citizens are barely making it. So this essay that we read, Farewell My Mailbox, isn't really about, just the mailbox. It's about the type of work that the USPS does and the type of workers that are there, and how they're always on a line of precarious financial support. They're never making a lot of money, and yet it's something we all have appreciated and enjoyed in terms of the benefit of having that service. So think of the highway workers, think of the Amazon or delivery system and the people that drop packages at your doors. Think of the person checking you out at the next time you go to a grocery store. There are so many layers of service in America that we depend on and we enjoy every day that are being given to us by a layer of workers that are not making a livable wage. And frankly, you're looking at one right now. I'm teaching classes at two other colleges, and it's not enough. So colleges do not take adjuncts on full time because then they don't have to give adjuncts health benefits. And also job security. I have no job security. As soon as this class is over, I might never be hired again at Tri-C because I have a per class contract. So they don't even have to report that as a firing. They just don't rehire or don't offer a new contract. So there are services, so many services in the United States that depend on that sort of, what's a kind word you want to use to describe that? I'll let you fill in the blank. And there are a lot of really good people that are tapped in that. And that is what the essay Farewell My Mailbox is about. It ends in a positive note because it asks you to be grateful for the services that we've had from companies like that. But as things shift, we have to move forward. Remember, at the end of that essay, he gives you the image of looking in the rear view mirror at the service. So he's not asking us to fix it and to save the USPS. He's asking us to kind of understand what we have as we move forward. So, you look at that little article, and it turns out to have some depth to it. And that is exactly what I want you to practice with your writing. And we don't have a lot of writing assignments here because I want you to really watch and try to really nail this one and see what you can do to produce a more interesting research paper than maybe some of the ones you've written in the past. But I want you to remind you of this. I'm still building this class, okay? I'm still putting things in there, and I realize that this class is not fully built. I need your help to help me work through this and to be part of the process of me putting up videos and more things for the next semester if I get invited back to Tri-C. So I view you sort of as partners here, and I promise you I'm going to be very lenient with the grading. I want you all to just get a great grade for this, for helping me do this. Basically, I'm asking you to show up, turn in assignments, finish the research paper, and I'm very willing to give you an A or a B in the class. So don't panic about things. Don't look at the work folders and say, hey, where are the assignments? They're coming, and I'll always talk to you about them beforehand so I don't surprise you with something. And you'll always get videos, even if they're as poorly made as this one, or information to help you navigate through this class. So just roll with it, and we'll get through it. And if you don't drop the class or disappear on me, I'm going to reward you at the end for helping me build this class. Thank you very much for listening.